Hey there, welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm excited to share with you a complete detailed automation that I've built in N8n, which will repurpose YouTube content and transform it into complete LinkedIn posts and newsletters with detailed infographics that are generated using NanoBanana Pro. So this is a huge time saver, especially if you're looking to scale up your network, grow your connections, and ultimately get clients on LinkedIn. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and go ahead and check out my school community. There's a link in the description below. First, before we get started, I just wanted to explain a little bit more about why I built this. And that's mostly because I've recently started over again from scratch on LinkedIn. If you want to connect with me, feel free to do so. And this is what it looks like, right? So I'm creating these posts with the detailed infographics, and it saves me a ton of time doing this myself, right? So I've just created this latest infographic right here using another YouTube video, and we've also got the complete LinkedIn newsletter here along with the LinkedIn post. So first of all, inside N8n, we have a on-form submission node right here, and all we're doing here is we're just entering in the YouTube URL. So that's all this is doing. If I run this and execute it, you'll see it's asking for the YouTube link, which we'll do a little bit later. But first I want to go through the complete automation. Next step here is we're running an Appify actor. So you basically just have to connect up your Appify account, give it the API key, and select YouTube Transcript Scraper. In order to do that, you're going to come over to appify.com and then come into your console, and you're going to want to search for the YouTube scraper. So you just go to Appify Store, search for YouTube, and you should see the YouTube Transcript Scraper somewhere here. There it is. So you just click on this, and then all you need to do is pass in a specific URL, and that's it, right? So to get this, you just grab this JSON right here, the video URL, and then this URL, which is going to be coming from the form submission in N8n. So that's exactly what we're doing here. We're just passing in the JSON video URL, and there's the YouTube link that we're passing in from the form. That's all there is to it for this step. And then from there, we're just splitting on the data. So the data is coming from the actor right here. We're splitting it out, and then we're just combining those fields back together again and merging the lists. So we're using a split out node and then an aggregate node. And then this next step after that is we're just messaging Google Gemini. So in order to add that, you're going to come over here and type in Gemini, and then you can click on here and select message a model right here. So you're just going to drop in one of these nodes, which obviously I already have, so I don't need this again. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. And all we're doing here is we're just giving it the prompt to analyze and summarize this YouTube video transcript, and we're pasting in the transcript. So if I want to test this out real quick, I'm just going to go ahead and open YouTube, and we're going to find a YouTube video that we want to create a post on. So this one right here could be good, by Zubair. He's quite a leading thought expert in the AI space. We've got a couple other ones here as well. This one's on the new Chat Hub, but I'm specifically looking for one on an N8n automation. So we could just use this one as an example, right? I'm not sure if it's going to produce a clean result, but we'll see. All I'm going to do is copy that link address, and we're going to execute the workflow, and I'm just going to enter it in right here. Now it's going to scrape that transcript. It's going to split it, aggregate it, and then put it into Google Gemini to summarize the transcript. And then from there, we are issuing an image prompt. So we're just saying, turn this video summary into a detailed infographic with the key concepts. And we're passing in the transcript. So here, we've got the summarized transcript. It's passing it in here. And then it's going to create that infographic using a platform called KIE. So in order to get started with KIE, you just go to kie.ai. And you're going to want to create your free account. And then you just click on Get Started up here. I need to log in again real quick. This is pretty much the only thing that costs money in this automation. You just have to give it some credits. So right now I've got about 800 credits, and the cost of doing this is very minimal compared to using NanoBanana through Google AI Studio or something. So I recommend using KIE to do this. And you can see I've got my API key here. We've also got the logs as well, so we can see exactly what it's generating along with the images, and you can look at the results here too. So if I click on result, you can see this is the latest infographic that I generated. You can see all of them here, right? And they're also being saved directly into Google Drive over here as well. So all we're doing is we're just issuing it, we're doing an HTTP request post right here, and we're giving it the URL. This is the URL you want to provide to actually create the image. It's just api.kae.ai/v1/job/create task. And then here we're just putting in bearer and then the API key. So that's all we're doing here. And then you're going to want to enter this JSON right here, which you get from KIE. So you're going to want to come over to the API reference and come on down to Google, and that would be NanoBanana right here. So NanoBanana Pro, and there it is. That's the create task. If you want to try it, you can click on try it here, and you can see this is the exact JSON that we're passing in over here. NanoBanana Pro, and then I also recommend using JSON.stringify here because I was having some issues with that, and we're just passing in the image prompt that we've generated over here. So that's pretty much all there is to it. You can see it matches exactly what's over here, and the aspect ratio and resolution you can either choose from 1K, 2K, or 4K. I found that 4K, the images are just too big, so I'm using 2K. And then the aspect ratio you can choose here as well. In this case, I'm just using 16:9 because I want it to look like this, right? I want it to be formatted for a LinkedIn post. This is the latest post I just made using my automation. So I can show you, I'm getting a lot of impressions on my posts on LinkedIn right here over the past month. I've gotten 100, almost 200,000 impressions, mostly just by doing this. So I found a system that works, and it saves me a ton of time as well. So the next step is we're just going to wait 5 seconds for that to complete, and then it's just going to continue looping until the image is finished. And it's checking if the image is finished here. So this is the record info URL. If you want to take a look at that one as well, you can come over here, and it's just going to be under NanoBanana right here. And yeah, so you just get that URL, pass it in here, and all it needs is a task ID. So that's going to be the task ID from creating the image, which is right here. So you're just going to click and drag that in. That's all there is to it. And then obviously you also need the authorization. So you just put authorization, and then you put in your API key with bearer before it. It has to be in this format, right? And then from there, all we're doing is we're just looping, and we're checking the json.data.state, which is under get image right here. You can see the JSON state. So it's right here. So you can see right here, it just says success. And it can also be generating, waiting, fail, or success. So it's just going to sit here and continue looping with this switch module right here, and it's checking the rules, right? So it's just checking to see once it's success, then it will continue on to the next step. So after that, we just have an edit fields node right here, and that's going to be the result. So all we're doing here is we're just storing it in a variable called image. This is a string, and I'm also doing json.parse as well, just to make sure it's in the right format. And then this is the URL of the infographic. So in this case, it's actually just asking me to download that. I can't preview it, but it will show over here as well. So there's the URL of the image. And from there, all we're doing is we're just basically just splitting that because I want to get it in this proper file name format. So all I'm doing is running some JavaScript right here, which is just taking the URL and turning it into this format, which we're going to use later for saving it to Google Drive. So that's exactly what I've done here. And now if we open the infographics folder, we're going to see another infographic. This is the one that we've just generated for this video right here. N8n tutorial for beginners, how to build AI agents. So if we take a look at this, you can see it's really, really good. It's very detailed. NanoBanana Pro doesn't make any mistakes with the text. The previous version of NanoBanana would have issues with some of this, but as you can see here, there's no issues with the text, and it's absolutely spot on. It's summarized the video, it's extracted all of the key concepts that were discussed in the transcript, and it's created this beautiful infographic right here. So all I have to do is I just click on download, and we can download that and make a complete post on LinkedIn. But first, I want to continue going through the automation here. So next step is just going to be an HTTP request, and all we're doing is we're getting the URL, and it's just going to download that file from the URL. That's all we're doing here. That's a GET method through an HTTP request. So now, once we've got the file, which we should be able to preview right here, if we click on View, you're going to see the infographic right here. So now, as you can see, it's gotten the image. And the next step is we're just going to upload that to Google Drive. So we're going to take this complete infographic and we're going to upload it to the infographics folder in my Google Drive. That's it. And then after that, I'm just waiting 5 seconds to make sure that it's had time to upload. Shouldn't take much longer than that. These are relatively small files. Actually, if I just go ahead and open up my infographics over here, most of them are around 5 to 6 megabytes. So the 2K resolution is pretty small, but the 4K gets up to 20 megabytes. So I'd recommend using the 2K resolution for the infographics. And then the next step is we're just going to download. So all we're doing is we're passing in the ID of the file that we've already uploaded. So that's just this ID right here. Or it might be actually be the one down a little bit further here. But yeah, I think it's the ID at the top, I'm pretty sure. So you're just gonna pass in that JSON ID. And, oh, that's actually the wrong one. So it's gonna be, yeah, it's just gonna be the ID of the file that you uploaded right here. That's it. And the next step is we're just going to parse that. So we're basically getting the data in a base64 format using JavaScript. And in order to create this, all I did was ask ChatGPT. So in order to create this script, you just come over to ChatGPT and you tell it to create, give me JavaScript to take binary data and convert it into base 64 string. And that should output basically the exact same format here, or something pretty similar. You have to make sure you use the right prompt. But yeah, that's how I was able to create the JavaScript using ChatGPT. So you can also get this complete template, which is available inside my school community in the classroom over here. If you want access to this, it's just right here. So that would be the YouTube to LinkedIn automation. And I offer paid plans, and you can also get a 7-day free trial when you join the school community, and then you have to either choose standard, premium, or VIP. So I'd love to see you inside the school community. It's growing fast. We got about 2,000 members in here at the time of recording. Feel free to join. And then from there, all we're doing is we're issuing it another prompt. This is through Claude, and we're passing in the transcript that we got from down here. So we're just taking this text and we're passing it in, and we're telling it to create a professional LinkedIn post based on the YouTube transcript below. The post should be concise, structured for a strong reader retention, and formatted to perform well on LinkedIn. Use a professional tone suitable for business readers. It just goes on. And I also made sure to say, don't use markdown language in the document. So that's going to create the post using Claude Sonnet 4. So we're just using Anthropic Claude. Obviously, you have to connect that up here first. And then it will also create the complete newsletter as well. So that's what this is doing. Very similar prompt, but it's creating the complete newsletter, and then it's issuing it all the instructions. And once again, just passing in the complete YouTube transcript right here without the timestamps. So this is key. You don't want to be using timestamps, which is why we split it and aggregated it in the beginning. And then the last step is we're just creating the Google document, which is right here. So as you can see, we've got the LinkedIn newsletter, and then we've also got the LinkedIn post. So if I want to take this latest infographic that I've created and create a newsletter on LinkedIn, all I have to do is come over here, come on over to my newsletter, which currently has just over 1,000 subscribers in about 2 months. And I'm just going to click on that, paste that in, and then I'm also going to come over here and save this infographic. We're just going to call it Self-Hosting AI Agents with N8n. Right? You're going to save that, and then I'm just going to upload that as the cover photo for the newsletter. That's pretty much all there is to it. Then obviously we can edit this as much as we want just to make sure that everything looks good, add some spacing, but that's pretty much all there is to it. So this allows you to repurpose YouTube content either on your own YouTube channel or on any number of other YouTube channels and create detailed infographics along with LinkedIn posts and newsletters. It's a huge time saver, and I highly recommend setting something like this up, especially if you're, growing a network on LinkedIn. I've just recently started over again from scratch, so I'm using these systems to basically scale up my content production on LinkedIn, and the main goal with that is just to, find clients and then also get more people into my school community as well, and over to my YouTube channel where you're watching this now. With that being said, hopefully you've enjoyed this complete tutorial. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next one. Signing off. Peace from Thailand.